Albert Einstein once said, the most important thing is to never stop questioning. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nerdy Optometrist, a podcast channel for all things optometry. And this is your host, Ukti Vora. Before we dive deep into the episode, please remember to listen to all my episodes, including this one, and make sure you remember to like my channel and also let me leave a review if you've enjoyed this or any other episodes. Today, I have a myopia scientist, something that I'm already feeling nervous to talk about. Dr. Pavan Verkicharla, who is someone that I have always known. I've heard his name because of amazing things that he has done. But this is like my first formal conversation where I learn a lot about his journey, just along with all of you. So let me directly get into the episode and start with the formal introduction of Dr. Pavan. He's a scientist researching both the basic and transitional aspect of myopia at the LV Prasad Eye Institute, India. Dr. Pavan received a bachelor's degree in optometry from Bausch and Lomb School of Optometry, India, then pursued his PhD from the Queensland University of Technology, Australia, and postdoctoral research from Singapore Eye Research Institute in Singapore. He is a true nerd and a global scientist. I always say this out loud to everyone. I've taken the name, but I always interview the true nerds within our industry. He has over 60 publications in peer-reviewed journals in the field of myopia, one book chapter, and has multiple international collaborations. He also serves as a reviewer and associate editor for various scientific journals. Dr. Pavan is a passionate myopia researcher and is a recipient of the prestigious Bernard Gilmartin Award from the College of Optometrists, UK, and the Inspire Faculty Award from the DST Government of India for his research contributions. Dr. Pavan holds grants from both private organizations and the Government of India for researching various aspects of myopia. Besides this, I'm already feeling like he has done so much, but he has more to add. Besides this, Dr. Pavan also heads the Infor Myopia Centre for LVPI, where they actively provide various myopia control strategies, and is also ambassador and task force member for International Myopia Institute. So yes, you have proved that you're a true nerd, and welcome to the nerdy family.
Thank you so much, Ukti, for the invite and the detailed introduction that put me on pressure.
I'm sure this is going to be a cakewalk compared to all that you have achieved. But I'm going to make you go back to where all this started. So I'm going to ask you my favorite question. How did you bump into the space of eye care? Was it planned or was it your accident?
It was an accident. Accidentally, I came into optometry. My father is a homeopathy doctor, and
Mhm.
from my childhood, it happened to be that I have to become a doctor. I have to become a doctor. I have to be in the medical fraternity. I have to be doing something in relation to the medicine. Uh, I did not clear with good marks at the 12th for the various entrance tests, but I was clear that I want to do something different, something very unusual. And this is going back to 2006. And after I got the ranks for different entrance tests, we went to multiple colleges looking out for multiple courses. Nothing satisfied me. Nothing gave me that, okay, I'm joining this course. I'm really excited. But the moment I heard about optometry, again, thanks to my father who introduced me to optometry because one of his patients indicated this course like this and it's good. So that's when I got to hear about optometry and I started loving it from the day I joined. So that's
That's
how I got into optometry.
I'm glad you have not joined MBBS or done your MD and being in that medical field, because otherwise we would not have this myopia expert and a scientist sitting and chatting with us and finding solutions for all our patients and for us as well. So thanks to
Glad I
that.
was saying, glad it went well so far. Touch wood. Uh, and yeah, I mean, I felt optometry is different to any other course. We get a big mix and match of various aspects in bundled into a one program. You talk about optics, you talk about patient care, you talk about innovation, you talk about statistics. We have a bit of uh, English language as well. So I think
Yeah.
we got the accounts.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's so true because when I joined optometry, even for me it was an accident and I just wanted to be in science. Not sure if I wanted to kind of anywhere go close to like MBBS or MD. I didn't think I can spend so much time studying. That was my initial thought. And optometry felt was it was like so unique because it has everything and you still have like a good work-life balance. You can kind of manage doing multiple things. So it definitely has the best of both worlds. Like, you can enjoy your work-life balance as well as have you can dive into different aspects of eye care.
yeah. I mean, clearly, I must admit that before joining, I didn't know. I didn't look at the curriculum. I felt that hey, this is a bit different,
Mm.
and not everybody is taking this course, and that's where I wanted to travel. So,
That
and then I joined. Then I realized, okay, this is a bundle of everything.
that's wonderful. Now I'm glad and I'm happy that optometry, especially in India, has more awareness now. People who are joining are like a little more well aware about the program and the course compared to I think probably when we joined because we're like, okay, let's just get into it and we'll figure it out. It just sounds cool.
Absolutely, I think it has grown in India. More recently, we were told that it's been 100 years profession in India.
Wow.
So, but it has. I think it's growing exponentially. It's
Yes.
growing exponentially. At least in the last decade or two, I think there is exponential growth, which is good to all the optometrists.
Absolutely. And you mentioned about how you bumped into the eye care, but how did myopia became your love? Was it something that was always interesting for you, or is it something that again you bumped into it by navigating different aspects or subjects in optometry and you felt this is the future or this is it?
My PhD was exploring a new technique for getting the retinal shape for application in myopia or
Okay.
understanding myopia. And that's where it started off in 2011. Now, my advisor, David Atchison from the Queensland University of Technology, had a lab on visual optics, ophthalmic and visual optics. Next to that was a lab by name Myopia, head by Professor Katrina Schmidt. At that time, I didn't know that, oh, for myopia, somebody can have a lab. And there is research that's happening at such a huge magnitude, magnanimous level. Then I think slowly I started to develop interest because I've been reading papers on myopia, understanding the burden of it. If you are an undergrad, you read only a couple of pages about myopia, what is myopia, the definition and the classification. But only when you start reading the papers, when you understand, okay, there's a lot in myopia and it's an ocean, and what we know is only a drop of it.
Mm.
So that sort of intrigued me to, okay, this is something fascinating. And clearly, we don't know anything other than the definition or maybe a bit of classification. Even today, I think we still stand there. We know only a bit. Lot is not known. Clearly, a lot is not known. That made me start liking myopia, coming with optometry background. Of course, optometry is all about refractive error, and myopia is top priority. So
Right.
that led me to do more research on myopia, did my postdoctoral fellowship as well on myopia. And then I decided, okay, my career will be on myopia. Clearly, there is scope for me to contribute to the world, to the people, and to the field as
That's wonderful. I'm glad you bumped into that space and you're able to kind of contribute so much. And even after that, you feel it's just like a drop in an ocean, which talks about how true scientist you are. But you did start your journey in India, then you went to Australia, and then you went to Singapore. Can you talk us a little bit about that journey? Like why you decided to go to Australia or why you decided to do your postdoctoral in Singapore? Because I know there are many people who are trying to explore opportunities outside. So, what was your thought process before you came back to India? And that's going to be like the second section of my question.
well. Okay. Okay. The traveling in Hyderabad, I started to realize that I want to always take a new route. Although I'm going to the same workplace, or maybe for my internship at LVPI, I always wanted to take a different route. And when I present, I used to spend a lot of time on reading a bit more, on getting something new on board. Then I realized, okay, seems like research is something that I enjoy. That's what pushed me towards getting into a PhD program. I applied at multiple places during my internship itself. And then, of course, got a lot of rejections. And thankfully, I ended up at QUT. And that's when the research started. And the journey, if you ask me, it's been a very good learning curve. Uh, Talking in English, writing in English versus understanding the concepts in detail. Uh, how do you live your life independently? I think is something that I learned as a part of my 3.5 year stay in Australia. It's more you're away from the house. Research is new. You are excited. You're interested, but you're in a different country. Language is a barrier. Topic is totally new. Yes, all we know is myopia. All you know is axial length. But then connecting this, building a technique to understand retinal shape, it was a good learning. It was good learning. Definitely, I learned a lot about research. And more than research, I think it taught me how to live a life in the PhD program,
Mhm.
making me much more independent. Then postdoc was, yes, I now know how to do research, going a bit further, mentoring, and then working on a specific project, developing new things in the field of light trackers, etc. with Professor Sosa and me, made me believe that I think I can now be independent, and I think I want to go back home because now I'm ready to start something new.
But then why did you
Both
decide to choose your postdoc in Singapore and not continue it, say, in Australia?
Good question. People say that it's good to get different experience. If
Okay.
I stay in the same lab for 3.5 years plus 3 years more, I might be already acclimatized to the situation. The learnings will be little less. But if you go and explore other area, and Singapore is myopia hub anyway, so I
Yes.
thought it would be even better for me to get that exposure before I deep dive into myopia. The PhD happened to be in optics and myopia, looking at the new techniques. Then postdoc happened to be in the high myopia, pathologic myopia, uh, developing a tracker or working on application, working on cohorts. So it's a very different experience. And postdoc, we were writing more of grants. How do you get money to sustain?
Hmm.
How do you get money from various sources to run your research lab, etc., etc. So that
That's
move was good. That move was good.
That's very interesting. I actually thought you would be talking about PhD, but you talked about failures and you talked about like living your life independently and the life lessons. And this is something that I can totally relate to because when I moved to US, right, I had to restart my career. Like nobody knew what I did back home because your degrees recognized, like nothing. It's literally like you're just like prop technically like a graduate, but your optometry degree is not considered here. So maybe like a 10th or 12th pass person, it's only. So it was kind of different to kind of navigate and find your space in this country and trying to kind of learn how to fight or just find your path, whatever comes to you, you'll figure things out. So glad
Yeah.
you mentioned that even though you got admission, you knew what course or program you were getting into. Apart from research, that was your area of interest. There were like external struggles as well, whether it's
Oh,
language, whether
absolutely, absolutely. I think there are a lot of struggles, not few, lot of struggles. I mean, I keep highlighting this at multiple places that I think you need to have a good mentor, good
yeah.
advisor. And thankfully, I found one and it changed my life.
Do
I,
you
I
have
didn't know where to use comma, where to use full stop clearly. And my PhD mentor is the one who taught me all that. And he
that?
still corrects me if I send the document. But yeah, there's
That
definitely learning for
that's
my life.
wonderful. Do you have any advice on selecting a mentor? Like, did you have any process or you just got lucky?
Selecting a mentor, I think, is precious and the most important step for all the aspiring PhD candidates. Pick an area of interest. Don't jump and do something random. You're going to stay with the topic for 3.5 years to 4 years minimum. And then if you like that, you're going to spend more time on it, maybe for the rest of your life. So
Mm.
you better pick a topic that you can give that energy and time. You should be liking the topic, whatever you pick. Then you pick a mentor who is well established in the field and whom or whom you can trust.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but trust you will not know until you go there.
That's
So
true.
unless you see the work and you check with others who went there, hey, how is this mentor? Will this the support is very important.
Mm.
Clearly we go with empty paper. It's a blank paper that's going there. Now, unless somebody handholds you to write something on it, it will be very difficult journey. You may complete your PhD, you may not gain anything, or
Yeah.
you may not even complete your PhD. So at times the mentors are not happy, then uh, it's a difficult route altogether.
If not myopia, did you have any alternative in your mind? Like, did you have any other favorite subject?
Yes, of course. I am a color vision deficient,
Okay.
so I wanted to do something in color vision.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, I love contact lens. So I want to do something in contact lens. And 2010, contact lens,
Yes.
monovision. I've written proposals on monovision. I've written proposals on orthokeratology that time. Written proposals on color vision. But slowly I realized maybe color vision, being a color vision deficient myself, I may not do good job is what slowly I realized. Initially, there was excitement. I wanted to do something, but slowly that gave me some thought. And contact lens, myopia were my other zones. And
Yeah. Being in myopia, you are actually having both, right? Like contact lens myopia, you can
now,
kind
yes,
of.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. That's the follow-up question of that I had. You said like, your mentors felt like you're ready to be independent. You decided to come back to India, which for many might also be like a big question when people are trying to kind of go abroad and study and settle. You decided to move back with all the experience and expertise that you have captured outside. Do you have what brought you back home?
Before I left India, I was clear that I'm coming back. So that's number one. I've never keen on staying in other country other than for my education or postdoctoral fellowship. So that's very clear in my head. And if you ask me why India, well, I'm Indian to start with. And in fact, during my schooling, I mean, you have this dream of joining army. Then, okay, that didn't work. I want to become a cricket player, to play for the nation. It's always
Yeah.
something I wanted to do for the country. This reminds me of my school principal's Independence Day speech. It says, what country has done to you is not important, but what you have given to the country is something that you always have to keep in mind. Now, this is so random that I thought of that statement, but I think that's what happened, and I always keen on coming back to India.
That's so wonderful. And I mean, I am not coming back to India because I'm married and I've moved here, but I can totally relate to you. I actually started this podcast because I was feeling like I owe it to my country. Like, how can I study everything and, move out of the country? I
No, I
had that
mean, I
feeling
think,
deep
see,
down.
no offense to, or my statement should not be taken wrongly.
Yes.
Things should be aligned as well,
Yeah.
or things should fall in place. For me, thankfully, it fell in place, and I'm happy the way the steps sort of went in a sequential manner, and everything went well. A lot of people tried to come back to India, my friends, my seniors as well, but things did not work out.
Hmm.
So I think there is a bit of luck for sure.
And efforts. Let's not discount all the efforts that you've put in to make
Yes.
this happen. So talking about like coming back to India, you are now like heading many task forces to kind of combat myopia, and myopia is becoming like one major concern globally. But specifically in India, you do head a lot of strategies. Are there any unique strategies or initiatives that you have initiated, led, or heard in India, which you want to share for the global audience, which everybody can learn from?
Right. I mean, to start with, we have organized or been organizing IMARC, Indian Myopia Awareness and Research Conference. We said, hey, yes, we now started to do research in India, but we want more researchers to contribute to the country, to the myopia, to the profession. Unless you bring them onto same platform, it doesn't work. So we thought, hey, we will organize a yearly event, IMARC, where we have both clinicians, researchers, invited speakers, goes for 2 to 3 days. Initially, we started with 2 days. Now it is 3 days
Wow.
every year. Now this is happening in 2025 November. So we just completed one in January 2024. Then we said, okay, we have a myopia clinic, but there's a lot of the entities in myopia are unknown. Whatever you do, there is nothing like stone. There's no uniform protocol where entire universe follows. So we said there are offbeat cases. There are cases where people might be struggling. There are cases where I might have done fantastically great, or there might be cases where I'm stuck. So we started Echo Myopia for the clinical case discussions that happens fourth Monday of every month.
Mm-hmm.
Again, free of cost. Anybody is interested to present a case can join, and then a few clinicians, researchers from India will join. There are few people from Bangladesh, Nigeria also has presented their cases, and then we had a good discussion. We launched Six to Fix Myopia. Six to Fix. We
Okay.
said uh, 6th of every month, let's call it as a myopia day for all practitioners to throw something in the social media, do something in relation to the myopia so that people are aware. I think
Mm.
currently there is interest, excitement among the practitioners and the researchers to talk about myopia, to practice myopia, to research on myopia. But I think the end product or the end goal is parents,
Yeah,
children. Unless they benefit, the target is not accomplished. So we
true.
said we have to educate parents, we have to educate teachers, the stakeholders. So on 6th of every month, we release something in relation to myopia, educative material largely. Organize camps, or you can do a public lecture, and we invite everybody who is watching this nerdy optometrist video podcast. Please, on 6th of month, share something. Sixth, why? Six symbolizes high myopia. Six symbolizes uh, the consequences, list of six consequences, psychosocial, emotional, the high myopia, the economic cost, indirect cost, six costs. And then we said, okay, six is a good day for us so that people can remember.
That's fantastic, and I'm glad I can drop the links in the description. So for people who want to present their cases and even to kind of mention about this, like posting something on 6th of every month, I'll add that in the description so that people can read and also contribute. So that's a great initiative, and I think you did highlight something really important that we are all as practitioners are super excited about myopia. Myopia like the top trending topic within eye care space, but we need to also focus on making sure that consumers or the end users are equally aware. They are able to take the benefits of all the research and solutions that we are kind of developing as a community. So I'm glad that you have now like an end-to-end solution, something for researchers, something for like clinicians, as well as something for the end user. So that's
We
great.
also, we also have something for the students. So we said, gee, if you talk about myopia management after graduation, somebody who is really a seasoned practitioner, maybe it's too late. So we
Hmm.
said we have to tap on undergrad level, from the second year, from the third year itself. So we started myopia education program. So
Okay.
where it's more basics, but much more advanced type of basics will be discussed for 2 days. So it's called myopia education program for students.
Oh, and is it open to all or is it only specifically for students in India? Like, how does that?
So we have IMAR, where it's largely practitioners, researchers can come. Yes, a bit of students. MEP, Myopia Education Program, is largely for students. We will
Okay.
discuss about definitions. People are stuck with age-old definitions. People do not know what is pathologic myopia, when do you classify, how do you do refraction in the periphery, what are latest technologies, etc., etc.
Oh, that's weird. So you have covered all grounds, huh? Like you have like a 360-degree solution for myopia. That's great. But that brings to the next question that I was going to ask about the future of myopia management and like what are some innovations that you are most excited about in this space?
Um, I think yesterday itself I was seeing this case and they're not happy with ludosatropine. Then I said, hey, the spectacle available. Do you want to take that? No, my child will play tennis. The peripheral blur might trigger. So I think people want something that is easy to wear or easy to administer so that they accept it better. I'm largely looking forward to light therapies for myopia because you're sitting somewhere. Let's say if there is a blue light, there is evidence that green or red light can be protective for myopia or can control myopia progression, or more and more technology coming in that's more easy.
Mm.
There is technology right now, but I think there is need for us to improve on what's already there or develop something that is easy to accept. So we, in fact, developed a light tracker, cost effective light tracker. We are working on a couple of other projects as well as an product development and innovation. One of the goals of our myopia research lab at LVP is to provide cost effective solutions. So we're
Mm.
working on that. But I think the world is moving towards a Swiggy type of nature. You want to order, you want everything, you know,
Like,
back at your house immediately within few minutes, and that's
yeah,
easy.
yeah,
So we are also, I think the generation has changed. All the researchers, clinicians should constantly think of what is really good, effective, and also is not so costly.
yeah. And easy. Like, it has to not change their lifestyle.
Absolutely,
It should just
something
fit
you
in.
ask them to do little extra, then they say this we cannot do. This is real. This is real. One of my patients actually asked me, I told them, please ensure your child is outdoor 1 hour while reading and writing. Ask them to keep their book far away, minimize screen time, take frequent breaks. Then the mother says, all this is fine. How many of your patients actually follow this? That shook me off. So this is theoretically great, but practically, if you ask a child to be away from screens,
Yeah.
I think it's not correct.
Yeah. And in the fun, so I do have nephews back in India, and it's funny that you said that because they're like, I have few nephews who like to go outdoors and play, but their friends don't come out. They're like, I'm ready to go
Yeah,
outside, but like
correct,
my
correct,
friend is
correct,
not ready
correct.
to leave the screen.
Exactly,
Like, what do you
exactly,
want me to do?
correct.
But
I
yeah,
think more
that's
indoor. Sorry, go on.
no, I'm saying that's the reality, the hard truth that we have to kind of come
Exactly.
around.
I think theoretically we can say 100 things.
Yes.
Yeah,
But that's interesting. I really liked how you kind of brought in a perspective about like light therapy and thinking about technology that is not really asking people to do something actively, but it should just be part of your life. Like everybody is wearing smart watches today because it's cool, though it can be
correct.
like, health tracker. It can help you like walk more, 10,000 steps. I believe
Yeah,
that's like the new norm that everybody has believed. But just because smartwatches are so cool, people are ready to walk because the watch is telling you something. If we can incorporate something that's cool, trendy, and does not feel like a task, it feels like,
yeah.
oh,
It's
this
part of
is,
your life.
yeah,
It's benefiting you in multiple ways. Then people will take it.
that's very interesting. So good ideas to kind of explore and research in this space. We talked about everything that you have done so far, and you said that your journey has been like the stars have aligned, things did work out for you. But were there any major roadblocks, whether it was studying abroad, moving back to India, setting up your lab, working in the myopia space? If you had to kind of highlight some major roadblocks, what would you think they were in your journey?
Seems to be out of syllabus question. Roadblocks. I have already indicated that the uh, research writing is
Hmm.
very different to how we generally write. You
Okay.
write a answer to the question in optometry, you might get 4 out of 5 or 8 out of 10, uh, but you don't know what to exactly write in a proper English language.
Mm.
So, because research is always about communicating to the audience, communicating to the people or end customer, you should be able to write it well. And I think that was one of the major problems that I had, or I still have. I can speak in Telugu much better, but English is not the native language, so I have my own problems and I accept that. But when I'm in Australia, things are very different, and that was one of the problems that I felt. I don't know if you want to call it as roadblock. It is a evolution. It is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
What was there 2011, 2021 is very different. 2024 now it has changed.
Mm.
That's one. Uh, Yes, roadblocks. And after I moved to India, I had difficulty in publishing in international journals.
Okay.
Initially, I don't know, maybe this is my perception. Uh, it took a lot of time for me to publish in the prestigious journals, a lot of rejections, but slowly I think people understood the quality of research that we do. And even today we get rejections, but I think there was a drastic change that I've seen during postdoc versus PhD and then moving to India. Now things are much more independent. When we publish things, I felt it didn't, it took a lot of time compared to when I was in the outside world.
I really have to appreciate you so comfortably talk about rejections and failures, which I feel sometimes it's really hard for people to say out loud. But I truly commend you for saying that you had rejections and you're like, yeah, I kept going and now it's better. Like I kept going and now it's better. And I think that's
No,
one
I
of
mean,
the great learnings.
even now there are rejections. Just that I'm used to. Initially I think we were not so comfortable. Oh, I got rejected. Uh, yeah, I think people are rejecting the document, not rejecting Pavan
You
as a whole. So that's something that I realized later.
got it. And even it could be like the way the paper is written, not really the topic or the subject. Like, there are
Absolutely,
many
absolutely,
reasons. Or it might not just
absolutely.
be suitable for that particular journal or their agenda, but it might be more suitable for other journal where their focus is on the topic that you are presenting, right? So there could be multiple reasons, but it's hard to kind of take rejections. But I'm glad you're talking about it.
Initially, that's what I didn't want to call it as a roadblock, but I think this was my perception then. Even
Right.
today, we get rejections. I think I'm now used to, so I'm not complaining as much.
But that's
But
what this scholar is.
overall, if you ask me, major roadblocks, I don't think there is any significant roadblock. I've been telling this. Stars got aligned to help me, and I think, yeah, I hope they get aligned well.
I'm sure they will with kind of vibe you have, like the positivity that you share. I'm sure stars will always be aligned because even these, I mean, I know I'm using the term roadblock and some actually also rephrased it for me. Like I didn't have roadblocks, but I had opportunities. So they did kind of rephrased it for me. So whatever it is, right? Like I really like to talk about some challenges that might be difficult at that point when you were going through, say, your PhD, you're setting up your lab in India, like your research center, and then how did you overcome it? Because I sometimes when I look at you like and things that you've achieved, it might feel like, wow, you've done it all, you've got it all. But in reality, you talk about like even I had rejections, even I was struggling to like, with full stops and comma and languages. This is not my first language, so I do struggle in having a conversation. So that's the great learning to kind of motivate people who are listening to this episode and not feel disheartened in case if they are going through something similar and feel like, okay, I'm not the only one. Like, I have people with the same challenges and they're still moving forward with it.
Stars got aligned. Uh, but maybe I should replace the word stars with having a wonderful team members acting like a stars.
True.
So moving to India 2017, everybody questioned, hey, you have a permanent position. Everything is working for you really great in Singapore. Do you really want to go back? There is no myopia there. Things are very different, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you going from a different country to back home. Uh, yeah, I think the team, the CV that you read, at that time of introduction, I should be really thanking to all the team members who were with me or who are with me. I think that the hard work is done by them. Really speaking, publications we get, grants we get, but somebody has to write it, somebody has to do the experiments. So I think all that is very important to give acknowledgement to the ones who laid foundation and who are working in the background.
That's so true. Yeah, it takes like a whole family, like like a team of people to help you grow, and just meeting right people at the right time. It's always a
Exactly,
blessing.
exactly. It's very important. Yeah,
Very, very true. So we did talk a lot about your journey, myopia initiatives, but I think now it's time for some fun. Not to talk about myopia, not to talk about our optometry, but to my game segment, which talks about you, and it's a simple rapid fire round. I'll ask you a few questions, and whatever first thing comes to your mind, I just want you to share that with me.
Okay, all right.
All right, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Tell us about your favorite destination,
Goa,
your favorite movie, or current favorite movie.
Three Idiots.
Three.
Three Idiots.
A fun fact about you that people don't know.
I love stand-up comedy, and at times I do stand-up comedy as well at home.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Your favorite cuisine.
Mutton biryani.
Oh, wonderful. If we were to write an autobiography about your journey, what do you think the title should be?
The evolution.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to me to extrapolate the title as well?
No, up to you. It's your title, it's your book. The evolution is also
No,
works.
I like my journey. So I
Okay.
would like the evolution of Pavan Verkicharla. Why not?
Oh, okay. Perfect. And one thing that you would like to change about the eye care industry.
About the eye care industry.
Mhm.
I want the eye care industry, all the friends who are listening to me, make something cost effective.
Okay.
Right now,
Wonderful.
everything is expensive. The Wherever you go, I think there is a variation in the socioeconomic status of individual. And whenever you develop something, please ensure you're catering it to everybody, please.
That's wonderful. You did great in the rapid fire round. We have another game for you. Are you ready for it?
I thought it's only one. Okay, all right.
We'll
Yeah,
do
sure.
one more. We'll do one more. It's
Yeah,
called Boomer Lingo. It's basically trying to check your knowledge about the Gen Z words.
I will have zero knowledge. Okay,
Let's see. Do you know what cap means?
cap,
No, it's a slang. It's in like the Gen Z world.
cap, cap. If you tell me in a sentence, maybe I will.
No, then you will know.
Cap
Some
means it's like you are in Hindi. We say
the
topi rakna hai. Is it
it's
something like
similar.
that?
Yeah, it's when someone is lying or saying
Oh,
like a
okay.
false thing, like someone is just
Oh, he's
making up things.
capping. He's
Yeah,
cap. Okay. Okay.
capping. Yeah.
Okay.
Bet. Bet. Bet.
Bet is bet.
No, it's a
Betting.
slang. In a slang,
I don't know.
it means I'm in, or yes, I bet I'll be down for it.
Yeah, I will be such a boring candidate for this. Yeah.
Okay. We just have two more. So let's
Okay.
try make it up. Like, these are also made
Yes.
up slang. So let's try.
Yeah.
Basic. You're
Basic.
basic. Yeah. If I say like, oh, you're basic, what does it mean?
You're basic.
Mhm.
Uh, you are so cheap.
No, it means you're unoriginal, like you're like standard, like basic.
Standard. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Standard.
And the last one, you slay, Slay, slay.
You slay.
No, just the word slay. I was trying to put it in a sentence. Like I would tell you, like, oh, you are slaying at myopia, for example.
Slaying at myopia. You are
Yeah.
having a love for myopia.
No, no, you're killing it. You're killing it at
Oh,
myopia.
okay. All right. Yeah.
All
Sorry
right.
for that wrong answers.
No, 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 that's okay. That's even I had to Google it. So this is just
Okay.
a fun part because it's just fun to see like how these new lingos are, and it's my way of like trying to kind of figure out can we decode this language. So it's all good.
Uh, I have to spend more time with my niece. She gets these words at times. I say, speak to me in normal language.
But that's basically the end of the boomer lingo. Before we end this episode, can you share one takeaway message for all my listeners?
Uh, in terms of life, I
Anything.
think
It's a final takeaway message, however you want to wrap this up.
okay. Two takeaway messages. As an optometrist, I think we have a huge opportunity to contribute to the field of myopia and to the optometry, obviously. I quote Professor Brian Holden, who indicated that, or it's written in a paper, that optometrists should be in the front line of this battle to combat myopia.
True.
Combat myopia now. Ask me how.
Love it. This is a perfect wrap. Thank you so much, Dr. Pavan, for your time, for sharing all the knowledge and making this such a fun episode for me and all my listeners. I'll be dropping the links of all the things that were discussed in this episode. So if they want to join and make sure you post something about myopia on 6th of every month. Let's spread the awareness. And thank you once again, Dr. Pavan. And I'll also drop his LinkedIn profile. So do connect with him on LinkedIn and reach out to him if you have any questions. He's a great resource, an amazing scientist and a researcher. So thank you once again for your time and all the learnings, and welcome again to the Nerdy family.
Thank you so much, Ukti Vora, a nerdy optometrist. Thank you so much for having me here. I really enjoyed this session. Thank you.
Thank you.